All right, so audio seems to be as good as it's possibly going to get right now. I'm gonna go through my setup, what I have so far. There are more things that I want to get for audio. But as of right now, I'm using a lavalier mic, Purple Panda, I believe the brand is called. And I have it connected to a medium mod that's connected to my Insta360 Ace Pro, the first one. And yeah, so far it sounds good. Unfortunately, I had the mistake of, messing it up on the last video, but it's fine. What I wanted to do today is pretty much give a walk around and also a 1 month, it's been a little over a month now, but basically a 1 month review of the Honda Rebel 500. This is a 2023 model. It's got, you know, the blue paint with the bronze wheel combination, you know what I'm saying? And I've done a few things to it so far. I pretty much wanted to get this to look as close to bobber style as possible, minus the spring seat. And honestly, all that entailed was a real fender delete. Um, but yeah, pretty much I'm gonna leave a link in the description for everything that I bought. Everything I got was off Amazon. I wanted to go kind of cheap on this build because this is my first bike, and I don't plan on modding this as far as performance goes. I don't plan on going too crazy with like tires, wheels, suspension, stuff like that. I might do suspension. That's one thing I am thinking about, is because I live in a state where there's nothing but bumps everywhere. Probably noticed it on the ride, but yeah, honestly, the bike, I bought it used, 392 miles on it. I currently have 668, so I've put less than 300 miles on it so far. Unfortunately, I live in a state where it pretty much rains randomly for no reason, so riding has been difficult. But you know, I get days like today where it rained for like 30 minutes and then it's been dry for the rest of the day. So I did a night ride, man. But yeah, man, so far I probably feel like I don't ride it enough. I do ride it to work and back most days. But I also don't work that far. So you know what I'm saying? It's like a 10 to 15 minute ride to work. So I really don't put a lot of miles on it as much as I want, but I plan to do more like long trips, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit like short road trips or whatever. But that's for the future. So, month and a half review. I want to say this personally. So this is technically my first bike, not really. My first bike was a Harley Iron 883 that I got 2 years ago when I got my MSF certification. I got the bike, the Harley. I got the Iron maybe like a month after I got my MSF course done. And I would say that's probably the reason why I was drawn to the Honda Rebel. First things first, the Iron I only had for 6 months. Long story there. But basically it was just too expensive for me to keep. So I had to get rid of it, had to give it up. But I truly believe that the Rebel, at least the 500, the 1100 might be closer to the 883. The 500 for me so far though, I think it serves its purpose. This feels a whole lot like a sportier cruiser than it is a cruiser, I think it's closer to a sports bike than it would be a Harley, if that makes sense, because it's so light. It's light but comfortable as far as the seating position goes. um but yeah, I think so far this is definitely been a good bike for a beginner. um yeah, I think this is perfect for beginners, especially the 500. I did my MSF course on a 300, a Honda Rebel 300, and the reason why I did it on a Honda Rebel instead of the Ninja 400 that they had, or even like the Groms. Yeah, I was the first thing I told my instructor was my dream bike was the Iron 883, which is why I got it so quick and I rushed into it. So yeah, the story there. Don't rush into bikes, especially if you think you can afford it. At the time I could afford it, but I ended up, making a job change, and then that's a long story. But yeah, man, you live and you learn, right? Sometimes you make the wrong decision. Sometimes you make a decision that teaches you a life lesson. But yeah, man, I think the Honda Rebel has been an enjoyable experience. Main thing for me was getting the windscreen, because when I got this bike, and of course that was the first video posted on this channel, I rode a hour away. I was an hour away from home from the dealership. So first ride was an hour ride to my house. And when I tell you that wind was kicking my ass, yeah, I had to get that windscreen. But thankfully, because I don't want to go too crazy on this bike, everything I got is off Amazon. So once again, I'm gonna leave a link in the description. I'm gonna try and leave like just the name and the link, because a lot of times the links stop working. But I'm not like sponsored or anything. It's just if y'all want it. Yeah, let's go through. So I did a rear fender delete. That was the first thing that I really wanted to do, although it was the last thing I did. There is a kit on Amazon that basically comes with a new rear fender with a brake light, and essentially all you need from that kit are the brackets, right? There's brackets that hold the seat up, and yeah, now I know a lot of some other people, if you get the stock brackets and you just cut off the excess part, you can do that too, so that would be a free mod. But yeah, there's a kit, you just need the bracket. I got the rear tails as well. Rear tails, which those are aftermarket, but I have them wired. I wired them into the right spot, so they work as tail lights, hazards, left and right turn signals, and brake light. Yeah, but other than that, really, honestly, like, I got the mirror conversion kit. All right, basically had them flip. This is also, I feel, a necessity, because when they're flipped up here, when they come stock up here, I have no visibility. When they're down here, I have so much more visibility underneath my arms. So I think that is also a necessity for the Rebel. And then I got this slip-on exhaust. Honestly, I just wanted to be able to hear my bike, and I got a $30 slip-on before. I'll insert a short of that one. It's basically just a little slip-on shorty from Amazon. Nothing too crazy. But that one, I got a little annoyed by the noise. I just didn't really like the sound too much. This, I believe, sounds the best for a slip-on. And it was like 130 bucks or 60 bucks, something like that. So not too expensive. It's not a full exhaust setup. I just wanted to be able to hear the exhaust over my music and with the helmet on. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That's all I've done. Really the only other thing that I want to do is I want to learn how to wrap. So I'm gonna be wrapping this tank soon. Some point I'm gonna wrap the tank, and then that'll be it, man. But yeah, man, there's nothing too much I'm gonna do. Honestly, some days I do kind of want to take the windscreen off and just deal with the wind, just because I like the look of it without the windscreen. It gives that more bobber look. But other than that, man, I'm just enjoying it in its stock form. Like I said, it's a lightweight bike. It has some speed to it. It's not like the craziest, it's not a fast bike by any means, but it does highway speeds very well. One thing I will notice, and I've heard this a lot about the Honda Rebel, is at about 90 miles per hour and above, it does start to wobble a little bit. But you shouldn't be doing 90 miles anyway. It's not the speed limit, unless you live in Texas, where everybody's doing 100. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. Month and a half review, man. Like I said, I think this is a perfect beginner bike, especially if you are very much a beginner and you just want to get into the bike scene, but you also want to learn. This is a good starter bike for just about anybody, unless you're a speed junkie. I think this is also a good bike to have as a daily ride, So even if you have like a S1000 double R, you can get the Honda Rebel and cruise someday when you feel like, not going crazy and doing wheelies and shit. But yeah, this is I think this is almost perfect. The only thing that I think is not perfect about it is the wobbling. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. Um I'm trying to think if there's something else. I thought about getting the extensions for the pegs so I can put them up there, kind of like what I was gonna do with the Iron 83. But I don't really want to do too much to it. This bike right here is pretty much for me to get back into the bike scene. And yeah, just get comfortable riding again. But my next bike will definitely be a sports bike, because that's where I want to be. But that's not gonna be for a while. Oh, I forgot. I did also do the license plate relocation. Kind of have to, because it's not gonna fit back there anyways. But that's another thing I do have to do. I need to get a license plate light bulb to put there. I'm kind of trying to, use the old one and just make it work. But if that doesn't work, I'll get something else and rewire the system. But yeah, that's it, man. That's it. I think what I'm gonna do from here, I'm gonna ride my ass home. I'm not too far from the house, and I just want to get some audio of the bike and the ride. So unfortunately, I gotta ride with no music, but it is what it is. Not too bad for a slip-on exhaust. Alright. Oh man. Bumps, they're like little mini speed bumps for no reason. That could have been bad. Accidentally going a neutral uphill. More bumps, more excess stuff. Cops there. I think I need to adjust my handle, not my handlebars, my levers, clutch levers and shit. By the way, if you're not familiar with New Orleans, I'm at the lakefront. This used to be where everybody would come with their cars and bikes and shit, but since COVID, they kind of like shut this shit down. Every now and then there'll be like some sort of event, little car show or whatever, but for the most part, I don't think anybody really comes out here anymore. As far as cars and bikes go, as you can see, they got cops all over here now. It got real bad. There was people doing burnouts and shit like that. That's crazy. I love that. Well, just a unnecessary U-turn there. Is what it is. More bumps. I used to love coming here a lot though, just to see cars and be by the water. I don't get out here that much lately because of work and shit, but it is what it is. Over people reversing. I did specifically come out here because I was hoping that there would be more like lights, you know, and I just wanted to go somewhere further away from the house, you know what I'm saying? I didn't expect to see anything today. It is a damn Tuesday night, so very heavy-handed right now for some reason. I'm still getting used to these gloves. These are new gloves. Like, I'll be honest, I've been riding the last like many rides. I've been barehanded, man. Been barehanding it. Ain't got no exhaust tips and dealer plates, huh? bumps, bro. God damn, bro. Oh, man. I already hate driving here in my goddamn car. I like how I went over in this lane and now there's a bump in this lane. Goddamn New Orleans, man. Can't escape it, man. Hella far back. Gotta be careful up here. If you're fucking shifting to neutral. I don't expect to win a race against a Mustang anyways, to be fair. Nor do I want to see a Mustang with dealer plates crash. I'm not trying to talk too much on the ride home. I kind of just want to see what the audio sounds like. You know what I'm saying? Just like, my biggest issue has been like wind noise, so I'm basically trying to like see how that sounds. We're gonna figure it out though. Trial and error, trial and error. know I'm slow, man, but I don't need to be getting passed by a Kia. That man gone. I ain't gonna lie, I'm afraid to hit past 90. So I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good, bro. Alright, gang, you got it. You got it in that little Tacoma, or whatever the fuck that is. You got it, bro. I think that was the same person that passed by not too long ago. That's the only reason I did that. I kind of knew he was going to take off. Yeah, bro. That is scatty. Oops. You live here, huh? Damn it, I was gonna have him try and line it up. Not line it up. Well, that's gonna be the end of this video, man. I didn't want to go too crazy. On this ride, man. I gotta go to work tomorrow, so I can't be out too much longer. But yeah, man, I hope y'all enjoy it. As my GPS tells me, welcome home. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. I want to be as consistent as possible. Don't look at my code. Yeah, I want to be as consistent as possible, man. So once I get all this audio stuff sorted out, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be more consistent. That's the best thing I can explain. Yeah, man. All right, y'all. If you got this far, I appreciate it, man. Let me know what y'all want to see, man. Let me know if y'all want to see anything specific. And I'll try to do it. I'll do what I can. I can't go to the moon or anything like that, but I'll try. I'll go as close as I can. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Peace out.